Hello and welcome to the Super Terb Podcast with your host, Michael Turbot, your local real estate expert, where we'll talk real estate, sports, business, and beer in the Triangle. And now, here's your host, Michael Turbot.
And welcome to the Super Terb Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Turbot, your local real estate expert with the Untitled Chapter, Total Baker, HPW, in the Raleigh-Durham Triangle area of North Carolina. Can't be more excited to have you on my podcast today. For many that may be listening for the first time, I started this podcast to highlight real estate, local businesses, sports, and beer in the Triangle. I really want to take the time to feature local entrepreneurs, business owners, highlight what they do, talk about what motivates them. And today I can't be more excited to have the guest that I have joining me today. His name is Marques Ogden, who resides currently in Cary, North Carolina. He is an author, currently a motivational keynote speaker, life and business coach. But the really cool thing, prior to what he does now, is Marques played in the NFL. So I can't wait to dive in more about that, hear about his careers, what got him to where he is now. So I am pumped. In regards to real estate, question I get a lot of now, especially being in December, is Terb, is the holidays the right time to list my home? Get this question all the time. The natural reaction for many is to wait till next year. Wait till maybe February, March. My answer is, if you're ready to do it now, get your home on the market. One, because why wait to list your home when you're going to have more competition? List it now when there's less to compete with. And we're already at an all-time low with inventory. I believe as of I am talking, we're at around 1.2 months supply in Wake County. Buyers need homes. So reach out to me. We can get you set up to where we can get you in position to get your home on the market, have that holiday spirit, and get you max value today. Again, buyers need homes, so don't wait. In regards to sports, we're coming into the stretch run for the NFL. Something that's new that the NFL started this year, I'm really excited to see, is they expanded the playoff format by one game. For many teams, they have 4 weeks left. Everyone's vying to get into that playoffs with hopes of the Super Bowl. And prior to this year, they allowed 6 teams. You have 4 divisional winners, 2 wild cards. And this year, to make it even more fun and competitive, now they have 4 divisional winners and 3 wild cards. Unfortunately, as I speak, my Panthers, we're not going to be vying for a wild card this week or this year. We're going to be probably improving our draft position, but that's okay. We have a big plan or big picture in mind. So I think this is a good segue to my next segment. Marques Ogden, also former NFL player. So I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Marques Ogden on the other side.
Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in the Triangle, Michael Turbot with the Ida Turbot Group, Coldwell Banker HPW, will put you in position to win. With almost 15 years of real estate experience, Michael and his team will help navigate you through the real estate transaction from beginning to end, always putting your best interests first. In today's competitive real estate market, now more than ever, selecting the real estate professional to assist you with your biggest investment is vital. Please contact Michael Turbot today to find out more on what he and his team do to separate themselves from the rest and help you accomplish your real estate goals. Remember, who you work with matters, and Michael looks forward to hearing from you soon.
And welcome back to the Super Terb Podcast. I am so excited to introduce you to my next guest, Marques Ogden. He actually resides in Cary, North Carolina. Marques is a former NFL player. He's currently a motivational speaker, business, life, executive coach, author. Marques, welcome to the Super Terb Podcast.
How you doing, Michael? How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing great. Before we get started, just tell everybody where you're from, where you went to school, and, what got you started going, leading up into the NFL.
So I'm from Washington, D.C. originally. Went to St. John's College High School, the same high school that Kevin Plank, who was the majority founder of Under Armour, went to. Then from there, I went to Howard University. That was my only football scholarship, full scholarship offer. Actually, if you can go back, Michael, it was my only scholarship offer, period. Partial, full, whatever. Got a full scholarship to Howard University. My dad also played football for the Bison. And I actually ended up being a 4-year starter. And I'm the first and only, still to this day, Michael, offensive lineman ever drafted from Howard University. We've had 10 players drafted overall in our football history, but I'm the first and only offensive lineman ever be drafted out of Howard University. That was after the Jacksonville Jaguars in the 2003 NFL draft class.
That is awesome. I actually had no idea. That's awesome to know. The only lineman drafted, and you were drafted in 2003, correct?
Correct.
Jacksonville. So what was it like being drafted in the NFL, hearing your name called? So I believe back in 2003, that was probably still was it a 2-day format?
Correct. Back then, yes. It was first to third round, and then 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th was on day 2. That's correct.
Mm-hmm. So what was it like hearing your name?
It was awesome, Michael, because again, I wasn't expecting to even go to college after my high school career. Like, I didn't get an offer from Howard until about maybe 2 weeks before the signing period was over. And I don't know what happened. And I found out later that all of the colleges thought I was a junior when I was a senior. But still, to the fact, no one came to my home, no one called me, no one talked to me except for Howard. And what the most important and most exciting thing was when my name was called for the draft was I beat the odds, right? I got no scholarship offers till the end from Howard. Everybody said, including myself, I was going to be an okay football player in college, maybe a 1-year starter, because again, Michael, you have that, you don't even have any offers coming in, you kind of start to lose hope. So that's kind of what I thought. And I ended up being a 4-year starter at Howard, right? And then I went to the Hula Bowl in Maui, and I played against guys from Florida State, Rice, Texas, Chapel Hill, Miami, some of the best of the best in college football that I played against. And I dominated that game, that practice for the entire week, and that got me drafted. And in the NFL, I learned quickly that it's all about your mindset. You have to have that peak performance mindset. Otherwise, everything else you do, Michael, means absolutely nothing.
That's good. That's great information. I'd imagine every day you have to bring it because there's someone who want to take your job every day.
Every day. Yeah. Every day. Every day somebody wants your job. Every wants your job.
So you played 5 years? Is that correct?
Almost 6 years. Correct.
Almost 6 years. And so what was your career like, and what would you say that you learned the most about playing in the league?
My career was one in which I really enjoyed it. I got very lucky to play for some great teams in my career, some great offensive line teammates, just some great teammates in general. I learned a lot about the NFL and the culture from my brother, Jonathan Ogden, who was a first-round draft pick, first ballot Hall of Fame with the Baltimore Ravens. So I was around the locker room at a young age to pick up tendencies, what it was like, the culture, the camaraderie, and how to really be a pro. And what the NFL taught me more than anything, Michael, was how to be a great servant leader and also how to show up every single day. As a coach today, I coach a lot of executives, right? People that are in real estate investing, to people that, have realtors that are in, Cleveland, Ohio, and mortgage people that are in Ohio, to people that are in Texas, to New Jersey, New York, executives all across the board. And every day I talk to my clients, every day I work with them, I bring my best every day. I'm going to work with someone. Once I know what their goals are, I make it my goal, my mission to help them succeed. I learned this from Mike Mularkey. When you help other people achieve their goals, you end up achieving your goals as well.
I love that. And I say that a lot with people because my goal is to help people, accomplish their real estate goals. And you hit it right on the head because as we're helping them, I'm accomplishing my goal at the same time. That's awesome. Now Mularkey, where was he coaching in for people that
Buffalo? He was the head coach of Buffalo. He's the head coach of Buffalo when I played for the Bills.
So you played almost 6 years. And so when was it that time you knew, okay, Marques, it's time for me to retire?
Well, when I hurt my back with the Titans and, I was having some issues rehabilitating my body like I used to. I was coming off a lot of drinking that off season because my father passed away, and my body just did not do and rejuvenate itself like it used to when I was younger in my career. And I realized that if I'm going to play this game and I can't perform at a high level, then I don't need to play this game anymore. And then I got a settlement from the NFL. It actually came from the Bills. It was a big payout from the Bills, along with, of course, my credited seasons and all that great stuff. And I made the decision that I'm going to just go play like I still miss competition. I still miss, that hunger to like be part of a team. So I wouldn't play like some arena ball and stuff like that. Just small ball to have fun because I miss the game at a high level. But I knew that I couldn't perform in the NFL when my body could not rejuvenate and recharge its batteries like it used to. And that's why I made the decision. It was time to move on.
Exactly. And so when you did move on, retire, what was the next chapter of your life? What did you do after football? And what did the football or your career do to shape, you for your next profession?
So my NFL career really helped me to build resilience. And unfortunately, for about 6 months, Michael, I had issues with alcohol, painkillers, nightlife gambling excessively. And I could afford to do it, but I should have been doing other things. But I was in that poor me period for about 6 months. And finally, after I woke up and put the bottle down, I finally got into construction, real estate, development, and I built with my partner a very successful construction empire business. We became the largest African-American subcontractor in the city of Baltimore and the state of Maryland for 2 years. We were the African-American subcontractor of the year in 2010 for the whole state. And our area of expertise was site work, utilities, stormwater, sewer, and grading, and sediment and erosion control. And took that and I also did some real estate projects, both residential and commercial. But we had massive success for a short time after my NFL career. After again, I put the bottle down and started taking some responsibility that I can't spend the rest of my life drinking my life away because I'm depressed.
So what triggered that? What made the light bulb come off? You said 6 months. What did something happen where you're saying, I just woke up one morning and I had a tattoo on my right arm, and of course I still got more tattoos after that because I have 2 full sleeves. But I said, "Wow, Marcus, I don't even here's the thing. I didn't even remember getting that tattoo, right? So I'm like, wow, I don't remember getting the tattoo." And good Lord, that was a 30-minute drive from my house to where it was. So I was so intoxicated, I don't remember the tattoo, and I don't remember even driving. Like, that's a problem. Yeah.
Right? And because it's like just down the street. You're talking about a 30-minute drive through Baltimore, highways, parkways, you know what I mean? Like, just total unsafe living. So I woke up that morning and said, okay, I'm going to still have fun and drink and I'm going to be responsible, but I've got to stop just being carefree with my life because my dad's not here. He wouldn't want that. So when I woke up that morning with that tattoo, it was one of my favorites on my right arm because that was the moment I realized, yep, if I don't make a change now, then literally I may not be here tomorrow. And, even though I didn't want to live because my dad was gone, I realized that he wouldn't want me to, I am his legacy. So if I'm not here, then his work couldn't carry on through me. So that was when I said, yep, enough's enough. It's time to go to work.
That's powerful right there. So then you went into the construction business, and how long did you do that?
For about 5.5 years. But unfortunately, as the company had success, Michael, my ego became bigger than the Empire State Building. And unfortunately, in 2013, after it all came crashing down, after in 2012, June, July, one of my best employees tried to tell me that if we weren't careful, we're going to go bankrupt in this business because too much of our money was going into one project, and we weren't taking care of other business projects, and we weren't doing what we needed to do on the job, and that job was sucking the life and money out of us. And I said, Colin, don't worry about it. We're going to get paid back. We're going to be good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, he was 100% right.
Mm-hmm. And so that business went under, and where did you find yourself then? I mean, what
So the business went under in 2013. I was a multimillionaire April 2012. April 2013, I had $400 to my name. I had to pay for everything: movers, first month's rent, deposit to get into our rental. Home was foreclosed on. Both cars were repossessed in the same day when we got down to Raleigh. We both pulled off the lot of our rental property in the same day. And my life was complete and utter chaos at that time. So I was looking at Merrill Lynch. I was almost homeless. We were almost homeless by about a week. But the NFL gave us some sovereignty. And when they did that, they paid 4 months of our bills to our creditors, our landlord, all the other stuff that we had, heat, a medical insurance, all that. And that gave me 4 months to work to try to build up some cash so I could, build up a bank account, some type of safety net. Worked for 4 months, but the problem was I got fired from Merrill Lynch in 2013, June. Got a job in Next Construction Company. I was fired from that job. I was fired from that job 5 days after I was hired because they shut down the parts of the organization, and I was canned. And the only job I could get was I was teaching kids football as a private instructor, and then I took a job as a custodian, making $8.25 an hour on the graveyard shift.
Wow. And so how long did you do that?
I did that for 6 months, September 2013 until March 2014. And that's when my life changed. I had a pivotal moment as a custodian where somebody spoiled milk, rotten meat, banana peels that were all putrid and horrible smelling, got on my bare skin, my clothes, when I was throwing the trash out on my shift at about 4:30 in the morning. As a result of that, that's when I ended up saying, again, kind of like the tattoo moment, if I don't make a change, I'm going to be right here the rest of my life, living what I call, Michael, the Al Bundy syndrome. I was a great high school football player. I was a great college football player. I was a great pro football player. But a great past does not equal a great future. So I had to make a decision to change. And that's what I said. I'm going to use my pain, my story to become a speaker to help build the life of others. And it took me 2.5 years to get my first paid job because all I cared about was the money. I came across desperate. I didn't build a foundation. I was just me, pay, give. And eventually, once I learned the business, I got my first paid job in 2016, made a few dollars here or there, went to a program in 2018 and learned how to be a real business speaker, consultant. In the last 4 years, well, almost 5 now, between April 2004, the last 4.5 years, April 2016 to now, I've worked for 17 Fortune 500 companies. Of the 17, Michael, 10 are Fortune 100. And I've rebuilt my life, rebuilt my brand from day one.
That is awesome. Amazing to hear. Inspiration. And you do coaching now. And what I like to ask entrepreneurs, business owners, yourself, is what you provide. There's a lot of coaches out there that others may not, or what you pride yourself on. So when they work with Marques, what are they getting versus someone else?
So what they're getting, Michael, they're getting someone who has a rare combination of high-level, information from some of the biggest and best coaches and owners of NFL franchises, along with someone that has lived a life. I failed 3 times in business, once in a health training business, once in a clothing line, once miserably in a construction company. Warren Buffett says it best. If someone has not failed 3 times, I don't want to work with them because they don't know how to deal with adversity. So when they're working with me, they get that. They get the personal experiences. They get the high-level information. I mean, I remember meeting Bill Belichick when I was 15 years old when he worked for the Ravens as an assistant to an assistant. I've been around some of the biggest and best owners that are, some of them are no longer even here. Bud Adams for the Tennessee Titans, to Ralph Wilson, from the Bills, to the Weaver family, to I've been around Steve Bisciotti, he's one of the top, 20 richest people in the world. And I learned from these people. I was around these people, and a lot of things that people pay a lot of high-level dollars to get from these people, I got for free because I was one of their employees, and they cared about winning in their organization. So I take that plus my experiences, plus my real estate experience, to my business experience, to what I've gone through. And then I'm also a very active listener and learner. So I have a ton of clients that I work with, a ton of stars I've done speaking for, and I've learned from them. And all of that information gets computed into a customized plan for my client, either coaching clients, consulting clients, or my speaking clients. And one of my consulting clients is $1 billion a year family-owned food product service business. And Michael, they have made in the last 7 months since hiring me almost $200 million in revenue, because I've been working with them on how to pivot through these times. And the result of working with their groups, all their sales team, leadership team, and 2 of their owners will be next in line. The company went from being 94% down in the food service product, a part of their business, in April, to now only being down 4% in that area. And they're up 150% in the retail side of the business. And 35% of our nation's catch-up is my client, Red Gold. 35% of our nation's catch-up is Red Gold.
That's unbelievable. The nuggets you're providing just on this, this interview, you have me motivated. I'm ready to run through a wall. This is pretty exciting. Now, since you've been, being a speaker, what have you, you've published a couple books, correct?
Correct. I published Sleepless Nights, was our autobiography. That was our first book, as it was a bestseller. And our second book is called The Success Cycle, which is also a bestseller. It's on Amazon online, Barnes & Noble online. You can pick it up in any Barnes & Noble bookstore across the U.S. And it's about 3 major facets, Michael, that make up the success cycle. A is ambition. It's all about creating the blueprint for your success for your business. B is going to be drive, being inspired over motivated, about creating something for the long haul, not just for short-term gain, and not just being driven by money or notoriety or fame, but being driven by making a systemic long-term change to help all around you be successful. And the last one is hard work. Focus on yourself and not the competition. If you can do those 3 things, hit the repeat button on any job, venture, vision you go after, you can have success no matter what you are going after. So again, ambition, drive, hard work.
This is good stuff here. Taking notes as we talk. This is fantastic. So a couple more questions, I'll let you go. In saying all this, where's Marques Ogden want to be in 5 years, both maybe with your business and personally? What drives you? Where do you see yourself?
So 5 years, we're going to have the automated version of different things. We're going to have master classes online. As a matter of fact, we're just about to sign with a group called Elevate AC, a small boutique firm out of United Kingdom, London, to shoot master classes with them. We're creating our own funnels to have that be part of our income. We're going to get more automated. So, and our coaching prices will increase at that time, where I'll only be working with people that, really can invest the dollars and see the long-term return. Now, right now, I enjoy it, so I don't have to worry about that. But as we automate and get busier, then it comes like the Tony Robbins model. We're going to be paying a lot more for my time because we have an automated business. But that's what we're going towards the next 5 years through our subscription model, through our master classes, through our automation, through our funnels. We're going to become that business in that.
That's very cool. Now, do you have employees that work for you now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, fantastic. And all right, last question, and then I'll let you tell everyone how to contact you if they want to get additional information for your coaching, speaking, what have you. Who is the most influential person in your life? Maybe you can just, you already mentioned your father. And what
without a doubt, it's my father. My father was my hero. He taught me how to be a great husband, a great father, a great provider. Literally, it was that whole process of how to go through life and just get things done at the highest level. And as a result of that, that's how I am today. Because again, if I didn't have my father's guidance when I went bankrupt in 2013, I don't think I'd be here right now. I just don't think so, because it was too much for me to deal with, and I wouldn't have had that example like I have now with my dad being that leader and that teacher for me. So again, my father, without a doubt, was my inspiration, and he's the one that's my hero, and he's the one that why I'm able to work with so many clients and things today, because I was able to get off the pavement. I fell flat on my face back in 2013.
My dad's similar as well. He turns 85 this month, and he's my best friend, was my best man, and that's fantastic to hear. Did he have a line that he told you, or something that you play back in your head specifically?
Oh yeah, yep. You have to believe it before you see it.
Believe it before
without
you
a doubt.
That's awesome.
You have to.
So tell everybody how that they can get more information from you, Marques. Reach out to you, website. You can provide. Also, we'll post.
Yeah.
When we post this on social, we'll make sure we have all of your contacts as well.
Sure. They can find me at our website, www.marques, MARQUES, Ogden, OGDEN.com. They can also shoot an email at Marques_Ogden@yahoo.com or Marques@MarquesOgden.com. On our website, you can send us a text me chat, and then we're on Facebook as it's Marques Ogden, Instagram is @MarquesOgden, LinkedIn is Marques Ogden, and Twitter is @Marques_Ogden.
Awesome. Well, this has been fantastic. We could have gone on for many more minutes. I can't thank you enough for take time out of your busy schedule to just share your story with us. It's obviously very motivational, especially in the line of work that I do. Entrepreneurs that may have some adversity in their life, to hear both the lows, the highs, and where you are now. So thank you so much, Marques, for coming on the Super Terb podcast with me.
Thanks for having me on, my friend. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Again, that was Marques Ogden. I'll be right back on the other side to feature my local beer of the week. Stay tuned.
Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in the Triangle, Michael Turbot with the Ida Turbot Group, Coldwell Banker HPW, will put you in position to win. With almost 15 years of real estate experience, Michael and his team will help navigate you through the real estate transaction from beginning to end, always putting your best interest first. In today's competitive real estate market, now more than ever, selecting the real estate professional to assist you with your biggest investment is vital. Please contact Michael Turbot today to find out more on what he and his team do to separate themselves from the rest and help you accomplish your real estate goals. Remember, who you work with matters, and Michael looks forward to hearing from you soon.
And welcome back to the Super Terb podcast for my last segment, my local beer of the week. Today's beer is one of my favorites. It's Trophy Brewing Company, and they have multiple locations in Raleigh. And stouts are probably one of my favorites. I've recently got into IPAs the last few months, but stouts I love. And I wanted to highlight this beer. If you guys like stouts, Trophy offers a Milky Way salted caramel stout. Tastes just like it sounds. It's smooth, delicious. They serve them in pint cans, 5.3 alcohol. It's like almost eating a candy bar. So if you're like stouts, go check them out. You can get them in your grocery stores. Of course, I'm going to post Trophy's contact information. You can go check them out in one of their tap rooms. They're awesome. So without further ado, let's try it. Oh, man, that's delicious. So anyway, go check them out. Trophy Brewing in Raleigh, my local beer of the week. They're awesome. Tell them Terb sent you. And again, thanks for listening today. I hope you loved the interview with Marques. I look forward to talking to you guys next week. And it's Michael Turbot, your local real estate expert, a.k.a. Super Terb. And remember, who you work with matters. See you next week. And thanks for listening to the Super Terb podcast. If you can, please leave a review and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it.